Now hear from School Prefect Miles Crawford.
It was last summer when I learned that I would be the school prefect, and then therefore I would be giving this speech today. Nevertheless, I have managed to put off writing this speech for about the past 8 months. Naturally, I always want to do a good job, not embarrass myself, and sound somewhat intelligent. My problem, what kept me hung up, what I wanted to find out, was I wanted some event to transpire and define my Midland career, to give me the material that I needed for this speech, and to define my education and my life. In short, I was having an existential crisis, but you can call it procrastination if you like. Fortunately for me, in my time here at Midland, the faculty have been working hard to arm us for situations such as this. Over the course of this year, Jill Waddell has guided us seniors in her British literature class on what has been, to a great extent, an exploration of how humans make meaning of their world, which is of great use to me. This year, we began in the fall by analyzing Beowulf, the epic 3,182-line poem written in Old English. Yes, I had to look that up. As I set out to place meaning on my Midland career, I thought perhaps this long-standing pillar of English literature could offer me some solace. After all, if Anglo-Saxon mythology could explain the chaos of the medieval 8th century, then perhaps it could also help me explain high school. In Beowulf, mythological creatures are used to represent quarrels, scourges, and plagues of society. For instance, there's a fire-breathing dragon that wreaks havoc across the land near the end of the poem. The dragon is perhaps a Christianized symbol of evil and adversity. Beowulf defeats the dragon, but is mortally wounded in the process, and thus the meaning of Beowulf's life is to be an honorable martyr and protector of the weak. Or, to use the old Anglo terminology, the message of the poem is that one's life will be meaningful if they uphold the values of comitatus. As great as it would be to exemplify my classmates as knights and to use dragons to represent the adversity that we have overcome, I'm not so sure that the way in which people found meaning in the 8th century would help me much in addressing you today. Additionally, I shouldn't condone the violent nature of the Anglo-Saxons. After all, dismemberment probably won't prove to be a valid form of conflict resolution in college. Most recently in Jill's class, we read and discussed several postmodernist and absurdist works from the 20th century. I'll go ahead and speak for the class, but Waiting for Godot, an absurdist play written by Irish poet Samuel Beckett, was one of our favorite plays of the year. And perhaps this could be the stuff that could explain my life and my high school experience to you. Well, in Godot, as our class came to refer to it, there's no tangible plot or really any cohesion in the diction. As the genre indicates, Waiting for Godot is a utterly absurd play stripped down to the bare elements of nonsense, quite similar to high school at times, as I would like to think. But why, you might be asking, would we cover this in our class? Well, what's the meaning behind that? As it turns out, absurdity does a very good job at describing many aspects of our lives, and this comes very true to high school. Sometimes we have no idea what we're doing or what we're doing things for, but eventually there might be a meaning somewhere. But as Beckett, the play's author, sincerely believes, the reader should not try to make sense of it too much, as the power in nothingness is that it can encompass so much. As one of our final assignments in Jill's class, we were to write an absurdist essay, or as we came to know of it, the anti-essay. The point of this assignment was to write an essay with no logic and no purpose. In the finer terms, we were supposed to demonstrate our comprehension and essay writing skill by contradicting all of the conventions that we had previously held so dear. The result of this was the creation of some truly bizarre compositions, but all of them had an uncanny allure and pockets of words that seemed to be ghostly profound. I sincerely enjoyed working with this kind of literature and its imperfect mechanism of capturing truth. Nevertheless, when the thought dawned on me to write an absurdist graduation speech, fortunately I held back. I wouldn't put you through that. Over the course of this year, I've gradually become more comfortable with the idea that few of the meanings and ideas of our lives can be captured perfectly. And so sometimes we must turn to the absurd to put it into something that we can understand. Almost nothing fits in a box, and the Midland experience is certainly no exception. While the day-to-day occurrences here may sometimes seem absurd, I believe that this place does have an intangible and yet undeniable significance. By now, you should have all realized that Midland is not a typical school. I mean, we should all be on the same page with that. What has prevented me from falling into a perpetual cycle of existential crises is faith in what happens here, faith that this place is important. Midland has allowed me to experience an uncanny array of human emotion. Because of Midland, I've had my first few encounters with gut-wrenching anxiety. One of those times is right now. And also, I now know the true euphoric feelings of joy and peace and pride. I will never be able to package everything that Midland has done for me and everything that I have learned from this place entirely in one concise package. But thanks to the tools that I've gained here, and thanks to the guidance of the teachers and the faculty, I'm at least able to stand here and articulate my reverence for the elusive nature of truth. Thank you.